Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Thursday, February 11th, 2021, and we are at Roncesvalles Avenue and Hewitt Avenue. And that's looking to the north. And just up ahead, I don't know if you can see the street lights, but that is Dundas Avenue West. And now we're on Roncesvalles, and we are going to be heading south. Probably we're going to be heading south for a ways. I'm not sure for how long. I think maybe to the St. Joseph's Health Center. There's a bridge there, which is sort of right at Queen Street. I'm not that familiar with this neighborhood, but I've been here I think a couple of times, but I certainly do not know my way around by any stretch. But Roncesvalles is a fairly popular neighborhood. I'm just going to adjust the camera a bit, and I think a bit too high. Okay. It is a fairly popular neighborhood and a desired neighborhood. This is a location where you can do, again, most of your shopping. There's a lot of good restaurants in this neighborhood. So it is a neighborhood, Toronto neighborhood, that is probably more on the west end of Toronto. Its informal boundaries are High Park to the west, Bloor Street to the north, Queen Street west to the south, and Lansdale Avenue to the east. So we're just going to cross over here, continue south, and we're walking on the west side just to help keep the sun out of my eyes. So currently this area is known as the center of the Polish community here in Toronto. It also hosts the largest Polish festival in North America, and it's held here every September. I didn't know that. I think that's really cool. Be cool to come down here actually during the festival, certainly during the summer. Well, that's cute. Look at these cute little shops here. So some street names in this area are attributed to Colonel Walter O'Hara, who acquired some land here. And great. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I think I must have touched a button. The camera went off. Let's just get this straight ahead. Okay, sorry about that. So this colonel who bought up some of the land in this area named streets after family members. But first, apparently the name Roncesvalles Avenue is named after the Battle of Roncesvalles that took place in Spain in 1813. And the street name Alhambra Avenue is apparently the name of a palace in Spain. Constant Street is named after his daughter. Jeffrey Street after his son, and Miriam Street is named after his wife. So we're coming up to Constant Street, so that's the name of his daughter. And apparently he had a couple of other kids. But I didn't find much out about them. I don't know why they wouldn't be listed with the names of his other son and daughter and wife. But anyway, I think he's got a couple of other kids as well. So this area is located near High Park. Again, an area that I'm not too familiar with. But what I do like to see is all these storefront shops. It's too bad, I'm sure a lot of them are, of course, hurting with the pandemic. But this is a cute little shopping mecca. Not so little, I guess. I know Roncesvalles, sort of how I know it is from Queen Street, which is where we're sort of walking towards. Queen Street, King Street, near the bridge that I'm trying to reference, but I can't remember. I used to run up Roncesvalles and then turn down Bloor. And Bloor's the north end parameter of Roncesvalles. So back in my training days, I used to run along the lake shore and then cross the bridge by the St. Joseph's Health Center and then run up Roncesvalles to Bloor and then down Bloor and so forth. But that's really all that I know about this neighborhood, is running through it in the very early morning hours in the summer. That was a long time ago. Yeah, my last competitive run was 2012. I still do some running in the summer, certainly to no degree that I once did. But I still enjoy it. Now there is a beautiful, is that a church? Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like it's a Catholic church. Yeah, it is. Just gonna angle the camera in that direction. But it's certainly an old church. Wowza, that's some church. This is a nice walking street. I can see it'd be easy to come out here and just kind of start from one end and walk to the other and do all your shopping errands on this one street. And also, I'm sure there's a lot of good people watching and a lot of cute little cafes and restaurants to watch the world go by. To sit in, rather, and watch the world go by. So it is just after 2, so I don't expect there to be much pedestrian traffic, and certainly not a lot of vehicle traffic. Don't expect much vehicle traffic in any particular area in Toronto. Let me just turn back around for a second. Okay. Yeah. Oh, here's another church. And here's the Roncesvalles High Park Avenue. This is their library. I have not taken out one book from the library since the pandemic started. I just don't feel comfortable doing that at this point, sharing a book. Yeah, I took books out a lot from the library, but it's been almost a year since I've done that. This is really a neat part of town. I should come here more often and explore it once it's safe to enter stores and do a little bit of shopping. Oh, some really cute boutique stores along this route so far. So I can certainly understand why it is a popular living destination, because it does run north-south from Roncesvalles, and so living in the neighborhood and then just popping out to this main street to do errands or meet up for dinner is very appealing. And there's something to be said about, these two-story buildings. Some of the major areas similar to Roncesvalles, and what I mean is similar as far as, being able to do all your shopping sort of from A to Z in one location. Those areas are being changed. A lot of these types of low-rise buildings, commercial buildings, are being torn down and being rebuilt into towers, primarily condominiums, and then with commercial on the bottom. So I'm wondering if these ones are going to stay. It doesn't look like anything has been touched. It doesn't look like one building has been torn down and rebuilt. Wow, that's pretty cool. Here's some residential. kind of glad I don't live on Roncesvalles because I have the hardest time trying to get that name out of my mouth. It doesn't flow off my tongue, that's for sure. So I think I can see the water from here. So, yeah, I can see the water from here. So, the bridge that I'm speaking to, it crosses over a large thoroughfare, and then just beyond that is Lake Ontario. And the lakeshore is just there, and then there was Lake Ontario. So I'm not sure if the camera can pick up the water in the distance, but I'm going to try and certainly get down there so we can take a shot of it. And see, that would be certainly another attraction living here. Oh, there's Merriam Street. That's a street named after a colonel's wife. Yeah, that's another attraction is living on this street, is the water is just a hop, skip, and away. It's not necessarily the swimming area of it, but not that I know of, but I know like there's a lot of paths down in that neighborhood, down along the lakeshore. Cycling paths and people running, and I used to run down there as well. It was nice running along there, along the lakeshore early in the morning. It's a popular destination for cyclists and runners, particularly for training sessions, because it's just one big long strip and you don't really have to worry about stopping at lights because there are very, very few from a pedestrian standpoint. Here we are. Wow, that didn't take long. So right across the street there it says Grafton Avenue Park, and it just looks like this little patch of green, and I'm surprised they call it a park versus a parkette. I really wonder what the difference is based at looking at that little patch of green. When I imagine a park, I think of like a larger space. That to me reminds me of what I know a parkette to be. Small little spot. So here we are at the Queensway. Queen Street is renamed the Queensway, south of Roncesvalles. There's Queen Street and King Street. King Street West and Queen Street. So that's King and Queen. I don't think I've ever driven down here. get to that bridge. And I think we're just going to cross over to the lakeshore side, over the bridge. And that will conclude this video at that point. Hoping I don't get vertigo. Oh gosh, okay. So I'm not going to go to the edge of the fencing here, but I'll just hold up the camera so you can see. I don't know if you can see straight ahead, Lake Ontario, and then here is the Queensway, or the lakeshore, I think. This is the lakeshore? The lakeshore. That's the lakeshore looking east. Lakeshore looking east. It's the weirdest thing. I mean, the railings here over this bridge are low for me. It tends to trigger a bit of vertigo. So I'm just going to stay focused, looking ahead. So I don't freak myself out, because I'm going to have to turn around and come back over this bridge again. I've noticed this vertigo thing slowly creep up. Probably, gee. I think I first really noticed it maybe 20 years ago. I know that sounds like a long time ago. 20 years ago. I went hiking with a friend to Lake Louise, and so hiking means you're climbing. And, you know, it's not like a path. It's not a, you know, cemented path. It's, you know, sort of rugged terrain, and we were sort of climbing the side of a low mountain, and I remember just being terrified, and there's only, you know, kind of one direction to go, because it was very narrow, and there were people, you know, following behind, and I was just hugging that side of that mountain, and also hanging on to the shirt tail of my friend. So those were my kind of grounding points, and just looking straight at the side of the mountain and having my friend guide me with her shirt tail. Oh, brother. Anyhow, that was an experience, and ever since then, you know, if I'm crossing over a bridge or something with low, you know, with low fencing, it tends to spook me a bit. Okay, here we are. We ended up here at, what is that? Palais Royal. And I remember when I first moved here, like 32 years ago, I remember coming here in the summer with friends. You know, there was like it was like a club dancing, and you know, had a great time. And here, this is along the lake shore here. So this pathway here has two-way traffic because it does attract a lot of runners and a lot of cyclists. And this is just a small part of it. And of course it continues west. Let's try and find the water. And there's St. Joseph's Health Center just beyond. Maybe we can get a better picture of that. But this is just such a nice place to come for a stroll. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I just about walked right into that cyclist's path. Not paying attention. Okay, so here's the water. nice. Look at the wildlife. Hello, pigeons. Hello, mallards, ducks, loons. So there's the break wall. I don't know if you can see it that clearly, but. And those tall buildings down there, I think that's Etobicoke, the community of Etobicoke. I think that's the community of Etobicoke. And there's the path. Yeah, it's nice here. It is very nice here. But you can only imagine how busy it is here in the summer. Super busy. Now let's see if we can see St. Joe's Health Center. So I'm not sure if you can see it that well, but that brown brick building across the way, that's St. Joseph's Health Center. What a great day for a walk. What a great walk. I really enjoyed this neighborhood. The walk. It was really enlightening. So on my way back, I'm going to walk back on the other side of the street where the sun is going to be facing my back and not in my eyes. And I'm going to peer through some of those shop windows and do some window shopping. But anyhow, folks, thank you very much for joining me today. I really enjoyed having you and sharing this walking experience with you. And I look forward to sharing my next video with you. This is Boomer Girl Walking signing off. Bye for now.